Hello and welcome to the final episode of 10 Days of 10K. We're bringing you parts 9 and 10. I'm Dominic Konowski of the New York Sports Show. Once again, thanking you guys for 10,000 and now 20,000 subscribers. So these last two parts highlight the most important two things to the New York Sports Show, at least in my opinion. Interviews and my own interview. So let's get into things. So at the making of this video, I have conducted over 240 interviews with athletes, coaches, team owners, and other sport personalities here on the New York Sports Show. All of those could be found in our special guest and interview playlist here on this channel. Even now, I started doing interviews back in 2019 and even now here in 2023, I still get nervous doing the interviews. But I gotta say, I have never written down what I'm gonna ask. I always do it off the top of my head because I love to make my interviews just as raw and natural as possible. I want them to seem like just regular conversations. Because at the end of the day, even though they may be athletes that you see on ESPN, they're just normal people like you and me, and that's how I want them to come off as well. And with that, you get some very interesting responses to questions that you don't normally see asked by reporters on ESPN, yes, or even SNY. Now, I've done a lot of interviews, as I just said, and I plan on doing a lot more in my sport journalism career. But my most memorable and favorite interview happens to be one of the worst that I've ever done, at least when it comes to audio-wise. It was with UNH Chargers quarterback Conor Dakin, who played Division I football, but at the time was playing Division II. Post-game, after a massive Chargers home win, it was one of their final games of the season, I said to Conor what his plans were post-season, and he said that he plans on going into the 2023 NFL Draft. And that was the first time on any kind of sport media outlet that he publicly declared for the draft. So I was the first one to report that, and it happened to be during an interview. Now, when I say it was one of the worst videos, I mean audio-wise, as I just mentioned. I did not have a good microphone with me at all, so the audio is not the best. But nevertheless, though, that was, I think, one of the highlights of my interviewing career. Now, when it comes to my interview, that is undoubtedly the highlight of my career. It was such an honor to be interviewed. When I found out that the reporter for the New Haven Register, Brian, wanted to interview me about my podcast, I was blown away. I was just so happy and at the same time so nervous. And we met at a Starbucks and we did the interview. It was about 45 minutes long and it's something I'm never going to forget. And then a few days later, I go look at the newspaper and I was on the front cover. In fact, I framed the entire front cover, front page of the newspaper. That's me right there, and then I have such a big section. When you open this up, you can also find it online too. I'll link in the comment section down below. Nevertheless, though, seeing me on the front cover of the New Haven Register, which is one of the most popular newspapers in Connecticut, was just such an honor. And then seeing the big write-up about me, the New York Sports Show, and just everything I've been through to get to this point, and my mentors and everyone who's helped me, it was just so awesome to see. And that was not possible if it wasn't for you guys liking my videos, continuing to watch my videos, and of course subscribing. And that interview, that's going to be something I never forget and I'll always look back on and cherish. There really aren't any words to just describe how happy I am, especially now. I mean, this is a few months ago at the making of this video, and I still look back at it, and I can't help but just have the biggest grin on my face. Thank you guys for tuning in to the final episode of 10 Days of 10K. I'm Dominic Konowski. Honestly, guys, thank you so much. Take it easy. God bless you all, and have a great rest of your day or night wherever you are.